Jens, how are you doing, man?
Yes, thanks for having me here.
It's nice that you, I remember then when we had our first ever call that you said like, yeah, I'm a barber as well.
Yeah, I was following you on Instagram for a long time. I was thinking like, okay, this is an opportunity, so always optimizing. That's one of the very best things I've learned. More struggling in the beginning, but because I was consistent, it all comes later. Yeah, 2.2 million
Wow.
pros. I don't really know exactly how many it is, but
That is 193,000 euros revenue. He can do it. He also was a barber. Then I can do it too. And that's what everyone should do, in my opinion. And then it's not that difficult, man.
first time I start with the red belts and I'm joining the groups coaching. It's a level up.
Yeah, amazing, man. And we're scaling, we're going up. For me, how are you doing, man?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Good to hear. I'm doing fine as well, bro. Thanks for asking. Also, thanks for joining the call today here to check in with you to see how things are going. So yeah, as you know, I'm pretty in close contact with almost every single student in business belts, and that's why we're also doing this call. We both call every single week, of course, in the red belt division. Later, more about that. But yeah, thanks for joining the call, bro. I was wondering, like, how did it for you go before you started with business belts? Like, what did you do?
Yes, thanks for having me here. Yeah, before I started with business belt, I just worked a 9 to 5 job. Beside that, I also worked as a barber, which I did 1 day a week in a barber shop, also cutting friends' hair after work in the weekend. So yeah, I did that 2 jobs, and then after a while, I was looking for what I really want in life. So yeah, sometimes I had nothing to do, and then I was thinking like, yeah, I have some time left, and I need to do something with that time. So yeah, that was the thing what I was doing before I started with business belts, and yeah, then I started
Nice.
with business belt.
Yeah. It's nice that you, I remember then when we had our first ever call that you said like, yeah, I'm a barber as well. And then I said, oh, that's so cool because one of our coaches, Dave, also used to be a barber and he's now also fully focused on e-com. So it will be nice for you also to be in touch with him. And that's eventually what we did. So Dave is your business coach, of course. Later more about that. But yeah, so you were working a full-time job and you were also you were a barber. So you had basically 2 jobs.
Yes, I worked my 9 to 5, and when I was in school, I always check videos on Instagram from barber, and I was thinking like, okay, let's do this beside my study. So I did a course of that, and yeah, with barber, it's like how more everything in life, how more you are doing it, you become better in it. So
Sure.
yeah, I was starting that beside my study and cutting hair from friends. So it was not, it feels not like work. So I'm always with friends and talk about, and yeah, they go home with a nice cut. So
Yeah, yeah. You
after
add
that,
value to your friends and yeah, that's nice. I
yeah,
like
and
that.
I worked 9 to 5, yes, and 1 day a week in the barber shop, and also at home. So yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. Nice, interesting. All right. And then, like, you joined Business Belts. How did that go? How did you find Business Belts? What made you considering starting with Business Belts?
Yeah, so what I was saying, I was looking for something to do with the time I had left. So I tried dropshipping before, but it didn't work out for me then. I think maybe I was too young and my mindset was not there. But I was still seeing people doing it, and it worked. So something in me said to me, look into that again. So yeah, I was follow you on Instagram for a long time. I don't know when you starting, but well after that. But yeah, and then I saw something about business belts. You started with business belt, and I was thinking like, okay, this is an opportunity. So yeah, thinking a little bit about it, and yeah, I scheduled that call with you, and yeah, for sure
Yeah.
the one-on-one coaching and the groups coaching, the whole community. Yeah, it sounds perfect for me. So it feels right from the begin. Yeah, especially because I follow you for a long time. I know that you have been doing e-commerce all the time by yourself, so it can't go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so that was actually also my next question is that why do you still remember why you made eventually the decision to work with us? Is that because you followed me already that long and knew like he does it already before and he's still doing it, or how did that go? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think that's the reason because I follow you for a very long time. I was seeing you go to many places in the world, doing e-commerce, shared a lot of value on your Instagram, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course,
Nice.
you need to do your research, but yeah, I did my research because I checked also others, but yeah, the feeling what I get with you and Business Belt, it was yeah, I think the best choice to
Nice.
choose for Business Belt.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. And then, okay, so then from the moment you decided to start with business belts, I still remember exactly what we discussed. Like, I've almost every single student we onboard still on my mind how these calls are going because you know, for me, it's very important. Like, who do we onboard in business belts? What is his or her interest, right? So, I still remember a lot, but how did it go for you when you joined Business Belts? Because you work with business coach Dave and Rudy. Now you know these guys are very close to me. I know them for many years, but yeah, of course, like you still need to see first. Okay, how are these guys are going to coach me? How did it feel to you from the moment you joined Business Belts? Can you tell me a bit about that process?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, what we say before this, the because Dave also is a barber, so I was thinking from the beginning like, you have always something to talk about at the start, and then yeah, it's a process. Like you know each other better and better, and yeah, I don't know. It feels good from the begin. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And like how does the guidance goes? Like how many coachings do you get from Dave, for example, and then like what
Uh,
does he tells you? Like what is the most valuable for you?
yeah, the most valuable is basically everything because when I start with business belts, I started from scratch, so I don't have any knowledge about e-commerce. Um, but especially, I think, yeah, not handle or acting out of emotion, but focus on the data, for example, always analyzing and optimizing. Yeah, because yeah, there are always things what could be better and or can be better, and yeah, so always optimizing. That's one of the valuable things I've learned, think, till now.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. And so you were talking about emotions. Is that something you also learned during the accountability coaching calls with your other coach Rudy, your accountability coach? Like what does he like how are these calls are going for you?
Yes, that's a very good one to talk also about, I think, because business wealth is not only focused on business, but also the accountability. So it's more personally, and I think that's very important in business because, yeah, the decisions you make personally can also have effect on your business. So yeah, that there really is, I think, a good one, and accountability coaches uh, is a good call to talk about other stuff than only business.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing man. Okay, so would you say that having these accountability coaching calls is eventually also also resulting in better focus for your business, better structure and better performance?
Yes, because in the business calls you talk about business and accountability more on side things outside business, and but I think it's one big thing. But yeah, the focus is on other things, and that also make you better. So you also do it better in business. So it's yeah,
Yeah.
con-
Yeah, man. Nice. Nice. It's like the complete package and
yes,
everything
yes.
brings. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice to hear. Okay. and then like you joined business belts first in the blue belt. You are already in a red belt, so you already upgraded to a next level. Like, could you maybe show us like what have you done so far in business belts? For example, the first 2 months where you were in blue belt, or let's
Yes.
start first with in total, and then we can break down it like on how that process went. Because I know you're doing very decent numbers. We're still in an uptrend. I call with you every week. Actually, in 1 hour after this, we have the group coaching call with the guys. So again, we're going to push you there, of course. But yeah, just show what you have already done, because I'm pretty sure it's already quite a lot.
Yes, of course. First to say, I first start in another market, but yeah, it didn't go well there. So yeah, e-commerce is all about speed. So the coach gave me the advice to change for market, and that's exactly what I did. And after 2 weeks, yeah, I'm going to share my screen. After 2 weeks, I found my two winning products, and I have sell that products for months. So
Nice. Could you
really
share?
nice.
Share to us?
Yes, I'm going to share.
So the coach said, "Yo, we have to change for market because it seems that the trend is not here at the moment. We have to go back." Hey, you got already 30 orders today. Is that
Yeah,
true?
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
what
that's
time is
true.
it? What time is it there? It's 11 in the morning. You're already doing 30
Yeah,
orders.
yeah. It looked like a nice day, so yeah, very nice.
Cool, man.
Let's see. Yeah, it's in Sweden right now, so
Whoa!
um, yeah, 2.2 million
Wow.
gross. I
Wow,
don't
dude.
really know exactly how many it is, but
That is 193,000 euros revenue.
yes. And this store I started in yeah, April. I think April. So yeah,
Wow. April,
half of
May,
April.
June, July. Yeah, man. That is very decent, bro. That is, let's say, 30,000 euros revenue on a monthly basis on average. But of course, now you've seen uptrend, so maybe we can break that down. So if you see this total performance, right, 2.2 million Swedish crowns, which is um, 193,000 euros. Do you have an idea of how much net profit you made out of this on average?
Um, yeah, I think between 20 and 30%. I don't really know exactly now, but everything is in my profit sheet. But
Okay,
yeah, I think
average.
let's say 20%. So
Yeah, that is wow, bro. That is 38,600 euros profit since
yeah,
you are
yeah,
with business belts.
it's very nice. Yeah, of course.
That's insane, bro. That's like a yearly salary what you earned only in a few months. So
Yeah,
bro, first of all,
yeah,
like really congratulations, and I'm very happy to hear this. I also know that the numbers you're doing now, it only goes more up from here,
yeah,
basically.
of course.
But let's break it down. When did you decided to upgrade to red belt? So how did that go? Could you tell a bit about that?
Yeah, first I start, of course, in the blue belt, learning all about the process. Then I switched for market, and I was doing nice numbers. And yeah, that's also the advice I get from you to uh, go further. And the best thing to do is go to red belt. And yeah, that's exactly what I did to make new steps and bigger steps. And yeah, that's very nice. I think red belt is an upgrade from blue belt, and it is for sure. And yeah, so
Yeah,
much value in
yeah,
in everything in the whole program.
yeah. What is the like? Could you tell what you do in red belt now, for example? So with red belt, you still have the business coach calls one-on-one with Dave, but you also call with me once a week with the group and the accountability calls. If you compare that to blue belt, like how do you see it different from there?
Yeah, I think blue belt is more the basics about e-commerce and starting your 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 web shop. And in red belt, you're going more focus on team building and yeah, yeah, and that makes you, I think, a real entrepreneur. And yeah, your business is more growing. So yeah, it's more, yeah, I don't know how to say, but it's more
sustainable, like
Yeah,
it's stable. Yeah, right. That's
yeah,
what you
yeah.
said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is the purpose, right? Because do you remember how much profit you made in the blue belt before you upgraded to red belt? Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was not so many because the numbers are not like this. Um, yeah, and I think it's different for every person, but for me, it goes more struggling in the beginning, but because I was consistent. Yeah, it all comes later, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah, but you made already profit before you go to red belt, of course. Otherwise, you
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
went to the
Of
red belt.
course, of
Because
course.
the thing is, a lot of people think like, oh, blue belt is like beginning, but I'm sure you already made maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe even 10,000 euros profit before you upgraded, right?
Yeah, of course, and maybe not in the first month, but yeah, e-commerce it can change so very fast
It
because
changed like this.
yeah,
Boom.
you need to find one winning product, and maybe you don't know how you find that product, but it was the same at me. But I find that product, and then you can
Boom.
scale, and
Yeah,
boom,
man.
and maybe when I had that winning product, I make yeah, it was very nice because I could scaling, maybe 10,000 profit in the first month of that winning product. So it can change very fast.
You're one product away from a life-changing program, man, and that's what you see, bro. Can you maybe show us like what you've done in August so far, from the 1st to the 28th of August?
Yes, of course. Um, I think the last 2 months I was
Boom.
nearby 50K a month, and yeah, in August last weekend I still hit the 50K. I think I don't know what this is, but
This is almost 60, almost 60K.
yes,
Let's say you're going to do 70K this month.
yeah, it could be, of course, because the month is not over yet. So
Yeah, amazing, man. And we're scaling, we're going up.
yes,
Yeah, okay. It looks amazing, bro. Like, how does this feel for you? Like, if you look back and like when you were the guy, I mean, you're still the same guy, of course. Maybe you changed a bit in terms of mindset, but you like I still see you as the Jens you were a few months ago. But now you're just making good money and you're building like an online business, right? How does this feel for you? Like, if you look back at where you were and where you are now.
yes, I think yeah, it's very cliche, but at the beginning, your first product, your first sales, of feeling like a very big win. And of course, yeah, last weekend I did my first 3K day, and but maybe my first 1K day feels way more better than that first 3K day.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy. Of course, it's crazy, but maybe for others, I tell this to others, and they say, yeah, but yes, this is not normal. But yeah, if you are in this game every day, you work. Yeah,
Welcome
it
to
is
ecom.
normal. Yeah, welcome to ecom.
Yeah,
It,
yeah, nice. But it's like it's true what you say because as a person you get used to it, right? Because you're earning money. Now you think 3K is like your, but imagine where you go to 10K days or 20K days, bro. Like you would think like, wow, it's so, and you can go there easily. You know, we just gonna keep working on it and keep growing. How many more weeks do you have the 101 in red belt?
uh, I'm starting. I think this is my second week in red belt with
No,
coaching, so I have way more
bro,
to go. I
bro,
think 6
triple.
weeks or something.
We're going to triple the revenue at least. That's what we should put as a goal. We dive
Yes.
later into that more during our group coaching calls. How do you experience the group coaching calls with me and then with the other guys? Because you obviously getting surrounded by higher level in terms of revenue. With all respect to every business belt, because everyone is already on a specific level. But yeah, let's keep it real. Red belt division is already higher, let alone the black belt division, which we also have. But how do
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, of course, very nice. The first time I start with red belts and I'm joining the groups coaching, it's a level up. So I was new in that group. For example, in the blue belts, maybe I was on top, and now I start at the beginning again. And every week there are so many new information I get, and yeah, very
Yeah.
very nice, of course, because red belt is just it's a level up. So
And it's about speed. Remember that I said, bro, we want a 3-day payout for Klarna. We gotta push. We gotta push. And then you said, bro, yeah, I'm sending them one email a week. I said, you shouldn't. You should send them every day, bro. We have to push. You send that email, boom, you got it.
yeah, same day it was last week. You after the groups coaching, you would say, "Come on, Jens, you are going to email Klarna every day." And after that groups coaching, I was thinking like, "Okay, fuck it, I'm going to send that email to Klarna." And then in the evening, I was ready for dinner, and I was looking at my email. Oh, okay, Jens, we are going to give you a payout of 3 days. So yeah, that was a
Yeah.
big win.
Yeah, man. Of course. Yeah, for sure. And we pushed about that. Now, what is very important, you also already know that, we need to build the back end stronger so that we can scale without headache to higher volumes. That is what we have to do. That is what we're going to do. So no issues about that. What would you recommend, Jens, for people who are considering to start? Let's say someone thinks like, you would ask Jens, like I want to start with drop shipping, man, or I'm not sure if I want to start because of this and that. What will be your advice to them?
Yeah, just start. Because if you really want, if you are thinking about starting e-commerce and you really want it, then is my advice to do your research and invest in a mentor or program like yeah, I would say Business Belts, someone with experience, because yeah, it costs a lot of time, money, and of course you want to learn from someone who already did it. So, but besides that, just do it and get started.
Yeah, yeah, nice, man. And what is your next step? Have you already thought about that? I mean, you just joined Red Belt, so there's a lot of things. But if you look at like your goals until the end of your program, don't get me wrong. When your program ends, it doesn't end because you still call with me every week. You're still with the guys, so we're always there for you, basically. But what is your goal within these last 6 weeks or 7 weeks you're going to have on the one-on-one program?
Yeah, of course, grow my business. Not really focus on revenue. Of course, I have revenue goals, but I think growing my business and yeah, growing the team, my team, so I can reach that higher orders, and maybe after that I can look to other markets to yeah, because I see there is many potential and to spread the risk, you know.
Yeah, yeah, man.
But for
It's
now,
amazing.
first focus on this one and yeah, grow this to yeah, way more bigger.
Triple your revenue in this program. Like that should be a goal. I'm going to hold you accountable for it. I will dive deeper into that during our call to see like how we can actually do that. But yeah, it's amazing, man. Like it's really fulfilling for me as well that yeah, the guy who joined as like the barber is now doing almost 70,000 euros revenue in a month and has huge potential to keep growing. So I also want to thank you for your trust, man. Like for real, like you're thankful to us, but I'm also very thankful that you trusted me in the first place. This is why I started Business Belts for real, bro. Like, you know, changing lives, show people that if I can do it, you can do it too. And that is the same what you said at the beginning. I looked at Dave like, okay, if he can do it, he also was a barber, then I can do it too. And that's what everyone should do, in my opinion. And then it's not that difficult, man.
Yeah, of course. And I think being consistent is very important in that because
Most.
yeah, it's not easy, but yeah, you need to work for it. And yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds so cliche, but yeah, I think there are many people who thinking it's easy, but it's not easy because you need to have a very strong mindset in this game.
That's why Business Bells, because we build you also better as a person. Like we make sure that your mind is stronger. We make sure you deal with your emotions, etc. Because if you can't do that, like what are you going to do with dropshipping, especially with e-commerce? It's the best model, in my opinion. One of the best models, one of the most scalable models. But you need to be ready. Your mind has to be ready.
Yeah, yeah, of course, because I start, yeah, I think in February this year, so that's 6 months ago. 6 months ago, and if you see, I start from zero, and now at what did you say? 180.
Bro, you did 190, almost 200,000 euros
Yeah.
revenue since you started,
So
man.
so focus for a few months, or yeah, of course longer, but this just the beginning.
Yeah, man. We're just getting started, Nate. Welcome
Yeah.
to Business Bells.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Is there anything you want to talk with me about for now, bro?
No, I think it was a very nice interview. Thanks for having me here. So yeah,
Yeah,
very
sure, man.
nice.
I really appreciate that you're willing to discuss this with me, show this with me. Shout out to Dave and Rudy, the coaches, for helping you and to coming this far. And thank you, man. See you at the next one. I see you in our red belt call soon, brother. Keep in touch.
Yes. See you at the
Bye.
top. Bye-bye.
Cheers. See you at the top. Cheers.